Every single day, it's always the wrong way. I'm looking for the truth, screaming from the roof. Here comes the blizzard full of facts from the wizard. Tell me if you heard, that's the wizard's words. You listen and subscribe, got the perfect vibe. It's going worldwide, that's the wizard's words. Say that again, that's the wizard's words. Say that again, that's the wizard's words. Every single day, it's always the wrong way. I'm looking for the truth, screaming from the roof. Here comes the blizzard full of facts from the wizard. Tell me if you heard, that's the wizard's words. Every single day, it's always the wrong way. I'm looking for the truth, screaming from the roof. Here comes the blizzard full of facts from the wizard. Tell me if you heard, that's the wizard's words.
Buongiorno on this glorious afternoon. He's first in the house. Hope you're well, Nikki. All happy days. How quick did the time go, though? Well, that quick, I suppose. It's all Bubby Jew. It's all Bubby Jew. But we are here, and it is time. We'll have a look at what Tommy Robinson's been up to. All right, we do. It's got to be done. Got to be done. Still in Israel. He was with Andrew Gold. I believe someone mentioned him in the comments. So, Andrew Gold. But yes, the first video is the Hezbollah's hidden war on the west. Is at Israel's northern. What would you say? Northern border, I suppose. Should we call it the border? Might as well. But yeah. But it's going to be a good one. We'll see what Tommy has to say. Obviously, he's going to interview a lady in the very first video. No messing about. But it's all good. I'm just messing around with buttons, seeing what I can't remember what I've set up and what I haven't. Look, I've got a nice little like and subscribe. Hey, ding, ding, ding. But adding all these things, getting old, just getting old techno there. Techno. I thought, yep, I'll introduce my, I'll start my videos with a little welcome and the wizard rap. Why not? You know, we're going up in the world. Hey, hey, Mr. P, you are well. Here a P, there a P, everywhere a P. How about some therapy? There you go. Boom, boom. Getting a little bit sticky. What we need is some fun with Nikki. Whee! Boom, boom. No, I'm not on drugs. But still, it's a Thursday. It's a Fool's Day if you're Viking. But that's all the fun you're going to get out of me, geez. Nikki's like, you call me sticky? No, I didn't. I didn't say you were sticky. No, geez. Help, geez. That's all I'm saying. Got to get used to all these buttons. They're here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, have to let me know what you think of Tommy Robinson in the chat. This is a video. Like I say, I think there was some game across between tennis and squash. Between tennis and squash, something like that. And he had a game with Andrew Gold from Heretics. But let me know. Make sure everything's all tickety-boo. If there's any issue with the sound or picture, let me know. I've got me Wi-Fi booster going. I'm good to go. It's all happy days. So we're going to on with Tommy Robinson in the house. I'll keep an eye on the chit chat and put it up on the screen as and when. And any questions, get them in there. If you don't want me to miss your question, you either have to post it again or try a super chat. Just saying. And Nikki and Slim, courtesy of Mr. P, yesterday became members. Happy days. I think I gave away 5 memberships, but P was spot on. It hit Slim, then done that one, and it hit Nikki. I was like, how cool is that? So thank you, Mr. P, for that yesterday. It's cushy. So, right, shall we crack on? Let me know. Make sure you can hear Tommy talking and everything. If it's tickly boo, we'll sit and watch. I might stop it as we go. I don't know, but we'll see. But I'll be watching the chat. So, yes. What Jack Britton said. How cool is that actually your name? Jack Britton. How cool is that? You don't get more British than being Jack Britton. But Tommy Robinson is the saviour of Britain. So you're basically saying Tommy Robinson is a saviour of yourself. The next Prime Minister. Could you imagine that? That'd sort the country out, wouldn't it? But people like Tommy, and like, I'm not up there in the same caliber, but even for YouTube, like shadow banning me, that because we know too much about Islam and the facts. They say, actually, get to the crux of it, find out what it is, address it. As soon as you turn around and say, well, Islam is the problem because of the ideology and what's written in the Quran and the Hadith. So like, no. We're trying to find what the problem is. You're like, it's Islam. Yeah, but we're trying to find the problem. No, but it's Islam. No, but we're trying. Oh, it's really annoying. But anyway, welcome, Jack. Great to have you here, mate. I do like that name, though. Jack Britton. How cool. That's like being that bloke I watch, James English. James English, Jack Britton. How cool is that? But anyway, let's crack on, shall we? With a little bit of Tommy Robinson.
The goal of Hezbollah is to distribute the Islamic Revolution values everywhere, including the UK. What are the values? Loyalty to the supreme leader of Iran, martyrdom, culture of death, and radical Islamist values like women should be according to the dressing code, no civil rights, human rights, no democracy. All the Western values are completely foreign to this ideology. We are at the Alma Center, about 10 kilometers from the Israeli-Lebanese border. And Alma Center is all about providing reliable information about Israel's security challenges on its northern borders.
And what's the aim of this center? Who are you trying to give the information to? What's the hope that the people do with that information? What's the purpose of Alma Center?
The purpose is to create more awareness of people overseas, outside of Israel, about what's going on over here. We were living under fire for 14 months during the last war that was opened by Hezbollah against us here. And I want people to know what's happening here, what's the risks of terrorist organizations on our borders or in the nearby countries here. We provide information that we gather from open sources in Arabic, in Persian, in Hebrew, a lot of visuals. We want people to share. That's it.
Nathan, you have quite a distinct accent as I've listened to you speak. Where are you from?
I was born in London. I was born in Hackney. Lived and grew up in the British Jewish community. Very proud of being British. Fish and chips, Dad's Army, everything. Love it.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur, yeah. And then I came to Israel for ideological reasons after the Yom Kippur War, 1973, and I've lived here ever since. And I've been involved in setting up this educational research centre, which I'm very, very proud of.
What drove you to set up this? Why do you think the need for a centre? What was Israel missing? What were the wider general public in the world missing in understanding what happens along the Galilee and this border?
It's exactly what you understand. You understand that the world media and other sources don't provide all of the real data and information, and also in real time. So we are non-governmental, we're a non-profit institute, so we're able to look at open sources and be able to analyze it and educate people. All we want to do is use this center to educate one by one by one. I don't think it's dissimilar from what you are trying to do in the UK.
Some people just show me on this map, where are we now?
We are here at the Alma Center. That's the border with Lebanon. This is South Lebanon. And all those white pins are 4 communities who were evacuated for a year and a half during the war. and they were attacked daily by Hezbollah.
Just so the public, I'd say, in Europe and many countries are fully aware of Gaza, fully aware of Hamas, probably aren't so aware of this border. For you, as Jews or Christians, Druze and Muslims living across this border, tell us what is on the other side of the border in Lebanon. What are they facing?
These are mostly Muslim Shiite population. That Hezbollah is entrenched in this population. They created dependency of this population in Hezbollah. Hezbollah is part of the society. It's not a foreign entity. It's a local entity that operates within those places, and that's why it can hide its missiles and rockets inside these towns.
What we mean is they control the banks, they control the food, they control the education.
They provide all those services to the community, and that way people are dependent in those services that are provided by Hezbollah, and that way against Israel. Today Hezbollah is much weaker, but it still keeps its civilian infrastructures in those places.
And just to understand, for some people who are not aware of who are Hezbollah and what is their end goal?
If you don't actually know what Hezbollah is or who Hezbollah are, I bet you do. How you doing, Pat's Leather Straps?
What is the mission of Hezbollah?
Hezbollah is a Lebanese entity. It's a political party in Lebanon. It's a social movement in Lebanon providing all those services. And it's a terrorist organization with a military militia that luckily was degraded during the current war, but as we speak, working to reconstruct and create again strengths, terrorist strengths, to be capable of attacking us again. They are saying that they didn't lose their motivation to attack Israel. They are saying that very clearly.
And to understand who Hezbollah are and the goal of Hezbollah, is it to just eradicate Israel, or do they have wider global reach and goals?
The goal of Hezbollah is to distribute the Islamic Revolution values everywhere, including the UK. What are the values? Loyalty to the supreme leader of Iran, martyrdom, culture of death, and radical Islamist values like women should be according to the dressing code.
Just so you know, Iran have actually just executed a bloke who allegedly a spy. No evidence, but they executed him anyway. That's Iran.
No civil rights, human rights, no democracy. All the Western values are completely foreign to this ideology. And again, for Hezbollah, it's a local.
Exactly that, Jack. I mean, I had a neighbour that was Muslim, lovely people, but it's those who are complicit, like, you know, who cheer for it, like the Islamists. But you got Muslims, they know exactly what's going on, but they don't speak up about it and don't say, hang on, what they're doing in the world of like Islamists, that's not what we Muslims are all about. No one ever says that, which is. So are they sort of complicit by association and not speaking out or not? I don't know. But you're right. I mean, I have Muslim neighbours, they've moved now, but they're lovely people. I had a couple of girls. Talk to him, not a problem. But then you got Muslims who really don't understand the full sort of the whole of Islam. Like when I sit here and I'm like, oh, Sir al-Bukhari 54, and I'm always mentioning that. Obviously, the Prophet was married a 6-year-old and consummated a marriage when she was 9. You say that to a day-to-day Muslim, they'll be like, what? What are you on about? but yeah, you're right, Nicky. Muslims are Islamists. But in the sense of the people, like you have Christians that they probably don't know hardly anything about the Bible or something, but they are Christians, they're blind to it. Do you know what I mean? I find it quite hard to explain, because you want to sort of differentiate, because you know there's people out there who just want to live in peace, they got a religion, that's it. But with them not speaking out, are they complicit, like what I said? Do you know what I mean?
Ideology, it's not being brought from Iran. It's something that they believe should be everywhere.
Most of the open source information, surprisingly, is coming direct from the terrorists themselves, the groups themselves, their websites, and their open mouths of what they're planning.
And I must tell you, you have the same situation in the UK. You have the same kind of open sources that you can also derive from and use it to educate. People need to be educated. where anyone can do otherwise with issues they are working on in other countries, including the UK.
You're a British man.
Yeah, that's put a bit better transport. I mean, I end up walking myself around in circles trying to explain things sometimes. But yeah, it is radical Islam. But again, like the Muslims who aren't speaking up against the radical Islams, is it because they're like, yeah, Kushti, because we're Muslims, we want it to take over the world? Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's what I mean, Jack. Exactly that. Like, all Muslims are complicit, yeah, because they're not speaking up. They're not like, oh, we don't want nothing to do with it, right? We become Christian, are they? Do you know what I mean? It's quite a weird one. I mean, it gets the old conversation going, but yeah, all Muslims want the world. Yeah, they want it all under Islam, like it's a caliphate and everything else. But all Christians want the Christian world, yeah. But we don't go around killing people and the RAPE and. Do you know what I mean? And like Christianity in a world, if it was Christian, it would actually be quite a nice world. So, do you know what I mean? So, I think Christianity is probably one of the better ones that you'd want. I mean, if you were born into a Christian world, no problem. But if you were born into an Islamic world, you'd have issues. But yeah, you're right, Pat, there is a big, huge difference between Christianity and Islam, without a doubt. But yeah, true freedom of speech and belief, yeah. But that Christianity allows that because, you know, you don't have to be Christian. Whereas in Islam, you leave, oh, you're an apostate, death, under Sharia law.
The logo London.
It's scary. I must be honest with you. I come to London often, see theatre, football, and enjoy British culture because I love British culture. It's hard for me to walk the streets of London as I used to. I must be honest with you. I used to go with my kids all the time.
You have to let me know if the I don't know if the signal was working. I'm trying to look at another screen. I've got about three different windows open here, but I'm trying to keep an eye. Like the signal was good and happy days, but strange. But oh, wait, let me know if the I saw Slim, you said hello to Donna Hogan. I can't see anything that says Donna Hogan. Have I missed something? I've even changed it to live chat and I'm not seeing it. I normally see everything. I've not missed someone, have I? Any new names like that, I'll try and jump on it and go, hello. Anyway, where were we? But let me know the signal as well, because I'm a bit concerned. I've got my boosters going and everything. But...
And now I'm hesitant. It's very sad to see how something that started off small is now almost becoming mainstream and accepted, whether it's Palestinian flags or Hezbollah flags or ISIS flags. Okay? And I'm saying, how is this so many different and violent ways that we know who we're dealing with here? We know the raison d'etre and the working process of Hezbollah, and it's not going to change anywhere in the world.
You were living on this border. Where was you living? In this area?
I live here.
You live here?
I live 9 kilometers from the border.
9 kilometers. How many children?
It's a blended family, so in total it's 5.
5 children. What was it like living 10 kilometers from the border? Because I don't know if the wider public are aware that there was attacks all along this border. What was it like living 9 kilometers away with children? What were the scenes like for the last 18 months?
It was constant noise of rockets, drones, Israeli jets, Hezbollah drones, interceptors. It was never quiet for 14 months until the ceasefire in November. We had 15 seconds to get to the bomb shelter. It's never enough. We saw the rockets blast above us. I lay on my little girl a few times when I had the rockets above us. She hardly went to school because there were not enough shelters in the schools. Iron Dome cannot intercept all the rockets. We had hits of homes that were hit by the Hezbollah rockets in my hometown, very close to where I live. People were killed on the main roads here. There was no normal life. We couldn't have any normal life. My neighbors in those communities closer to the border were evacuated because they were afraid of an invasion. We lived for many months under the fear of an invasion of Hezbollah because they had exactly the same plan that was executed by Hamas in October 7th, and they were prepared on the borderline. We saw them completely prepared on the borderline to attack us. I'm very happy that it's over. Until today, when I hear those noises, I become nervous, and I hope that they will never have the capability to do it again.
We've just had a peace agreement, but along this border, there is a history, continued war, many different dates, 1982, 2006. Right. You can go back for a catalogue of attacks. Yeah. We're in a peace agreement. Yeah. Do you think this means eternal peace across this border?
You know, we have to look at the word peace and what that means. I'm very happy with ceasefire. I won't bother you. I don't want my Royal Philanthropic, my Royal Orchestra, going to perform in Beirut. That's okay if that's peace. I want ceasefire. I want non-belligerence. I want respect of international boundaries. We respect you. You respect us. I'm looking forward to a new era. I'm optimistic about the future because I do believe that the world, and particularly led by President Trump in the United States of America, understand that Lebanon also wants to free itself and become a rich economy. You know, Beirut was the Switzerland of the Middle East.
Until
a lot of bad actors came in and used Lebanon and its population, which is very divisive, as a center to attack Israel. Almost the same formula each time.
Lebanese was the beacon of the Middle East. It was a Christian nation until migration from Islamic nations come in, dominated, took over and launched jihad. Well, sounds familiar, no?
And it's something that, again, I'm really looking optimistically at the future. I live 5 miles from the border.
What does intelligence say? How many Hezbollah fighters have there been along this border? How many?
Thousands. Yeah. Hezbollah in total have about 100,000 fighters. Half of them are what we call regular service and half of them are reservists. That's their assessments.
Just to make the British Army has 70,000. You've got 100,000 jihadists. We saw the damage that 5,000 did on October 7th.
I'm very proud what the IDF did during the war. Very proud. And now I'm very proud to say that I'm part of the rebuilding of the communities in the region. We need a lot of rebuilding and we're okay. But you know what? Bottom line, we're okay. And we're going to be okay. And we're never moving and we're staying where we are. And we are looking forward to a Lebanon that will live with us in peace and open borders. To be good for them and good for us.
He seems more optimistic about the future of himself and his community living on the border of a terrorist organisation than I do about Great Britain with the problems we face. So, thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
So there you have it. That's literally, in a nutshell, basically. But Hezbollah, aren't they, courtesy of Iran? Because Iran like to send money to Hezbollah, ISIS, Al Qaeda, proxy wars, and all that rubbish. Do you know what I mean? It seems that Israel get like the short stick because they're literally surrounded by, guess what? Islamic countries. So, well, we've got chat. Are we all cushed? I don't know where I've got up to, so I'm going to have to. Where do I start? I'm a bit confused. Slim said hello to Donna Hogan. Is he winding me up? Because I've looked and there is no Donna Hogan in chat. What are you doing to me, Slim? Is that was that a different name? Yeah, as long as I don't kill witches. The Bible doesn't like witches or wizards. But yeah, no one's got a glorious past, have they? If the people followed the words of Christ, the world would be a better place. I'm not convinced. Excuse me, would do the same thing. They're just political organisations. Yeah, see, that's one way of looking at it, mate. Yeah, with the hope you all got some strange to go on the piece. Me too, mate. Got something in my ear roll, and now and again it crackles. I'm like, got to sort that out. Not compared to what I do. In fact, we've been against each other for 1,300 years. Yes, Catholic Church did that. Yes, but churches are run by men and rarely follow the word of the Muslims that just want to live their life in peace are in fear of the radicals. If the radicals ride up, the peaceful ones will have to join them. There is the problem. If they don't, it's chop chop. Oh, a lot, yeah. Being apostate, you can't even run away. Shot and killed. So, yeah, literally oil and water. Oil and water. Yep. Hamas, literally, they don't care. Killing like Palestinians, if you want to call them, because Gaza population is over 800,000, Palestinians over 5.5 million, it's probably near 6 million. Not really a genocide, is it? But you know, they got to try and attack Israel any which way they can, so they do. So, do you know what I mean? Right, let's. I of course have another video. This one. Did I press the wrong button? This one is a Lebanon border. Let's maximize.
What is it? Where are we standing now? Show me a minute. Where's the military base?
We're standing at Mount Adir. It's the western part of the Lebanese border, the sea. On the west, you can actually see the sea.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Rosh Hanikra. That is the Lebanon border. You can see it with the color and the nature. And bases, almost every anthem that you see is a base, actually.
So we've just spoke with members of the Israeli military to talk to us about the problems they face on this border and what they found when they went into these towns with the recent, they call it a maneuver, where they've gone into Lebanon to fight and battle Hezbollah. They said each town, basically, it's not about the army coming in or Hezbollah coming in. They're all based and live in the villages. And then each house has its own role. Certain houses' job is to store rockets. Someone will be a lookout. And that community can be switched on like that. So they're all living amongst it. It's their community. Rather than people having to come in and not know the town or cities or outside armies, it's their homes, yeah? They switch them on like that. And then for us, the difficult conversation, yeah? I'm against foreign aid. We all are fed up of our British taxpayers' money going to countries like that. Islamic Sharia-driven hellholes where minorities, Christian minorities, are targeted and persecuted. We're fed up of it. But the way they say it, an Israeli, say someone now, the Lebanese government, they've started trying to go with the support of the Western nations, trying to take the power away from Hezbollah. Because the money in that country comes from Iran. And whilst the money floods in from Iran, that means Hezbollah have the influence over the shops, over the food, over the education. They're the ones controlling the community. If you want to take away the jihadist army, Hezbollah has an army of 100,000. You want to take away the jihadist army, you have to take away the influence of Iran. How do you do that other than propping the state up with money and giving then the country and the people a different influence? That's where our foreign aid, and that you can understand why Israel is involved in many conflicts in many of the surrounding nations, which they get a lot of criticism for, but they have to try to control whose influence is in that country. So the West are probably trying to fund in that country. But here's the problem. A terrorist for Hezbollah will receive, say, the equivalent of £1,000. The new Lebanese army, military, whatever you want to call it, that are trying to counter them, on their finances will receive quarter. So still the financial influence that's coming in there is coming in there from Iran. And Israel sits here, and every border of its nation, this influence coming from Iran, which is why, do you know, most recently when it looked like Iran was about to fall, the Ayatollah was about to fall, you had many of the right in America saying, stay out of that war. British were saying, stay out of the war. Me personally, I wanted to see him massacred. I wanted see that Iranian regime fall. Yeah, because that Iranian regime is behind most of the terrorist regimes in the world, which there's continued war, rape, murder, and pillaging from.
So Live Note is an organization that tries to give back to the land of Israel, tries to rebuild parts of Israel that were affected by the war, affected by terror attacks, and also discovering new parts of Israel that were literally buried for a long time, like in Sfat.
We are literally on the border. As you can see, there's a border fence stroke wall that goes along the perimeter. So literally there, just there, is Lebanon. And if you look over there, look how close it is to Israel. Bear in mind, there's living facilities all here for the Israelis. You can see how close the properties are. Many of these properties are falling down, destroyed from the recent war. And these would be where Hezbollah fighters, the jihadist army of Iran, really, would have been stationed and based, firing rockets into the state of Israel, attempting to, if they could, with the ambition for a ground invasion. We looked at a video earlier, we've shown a video that was from 10 years ago of them talking about their plan, building up their weapons, building up their bases within the border towns and villages.
Few words. So first, behind us is the village of Shtula. This village was evacuated during the war, and it was heavily threatened by Hezbollah. Previous to the war, you could see actually Hezbollah activists walking right on the fence. And during the war, what happened here, first, you can see that the terrain was exposed. There was plenty of bushes all across, and in those bushes, you had endless posts of Hezbollah with machine guns, RPGs, explosives. Everything was ready and set for the Radwan forces to cross the fence, raid Shtula, and move forward south to Shlomi and other villages all around the area. So this is you need to understand. The operations of the IDF during the war was to destroy Radwan's capabilities to launch their plan, their major plan, to raid the Galil and conquer the Galil. You can see it's quite amazing to see the huge difference between Christian villages that remain untouched, as we see previously, to what happened here in Ait Ashab. Ait Ashab was a village that first, historically, the Second Lebanon War started from Ait Ashab. We had the raid on a patrol of IDF reservists on the summer of 2006. You can see that there's a mountain. You can see the smoke, like the fog of the truck. And you can see that there's a slippery downhole over there. And you don't see what's it because it's the stream. It's a valley. Okay. And right in this valley, you had about 40 Hezbollah terrorists crossing the fence, storming the platoon that was in an ordinary patrol on their last day of the mission, when they are, thinking about, yalla, let's get home. They were heavily attacked. We've lost a few soldiers, and 2 soldiers were kidnapped the bodies of the soldiers were kidnapped into Lebanon, Goldwasser and Regev, and that's how the Second Lebanon War started, from Ait Ashab. And איך היה המפקד של הכוח? נו, הסלבריטי הזה, שפיקד על המבצע הזה כאן, חוסה אחר כך. I need to... מי? Imad, yeah. One of the senior commanders of Hezbollah, Imad Murnia, was later on assassinated in Damascus. He was commanding the entire operation from a villa at the end of the village of Ait Ashab. This is 2006. Now, in this war, beside all what we've talked about that was happening here in the bushes, all these posts of Hezbollah, explosives, RPGs, heavy weapons, you had intense fighting within the village itself. You had here mainly Golani Brigade fighting within the village. In some of the cases, forces were going into houses. it looked as if the house was empty, but they had terrorists hiding in between the walls, surprising the force, causing sometimes heavy casualties. For our soldiers here in Ait Hashab, we've lost many soldiers in Ait Hashab, but eventually the village was clear from Hezbollah and was destroyed. You see now that the village is empty, and it was a very successful and a very important operation. And what has happened here in Ait Hashab also happened in other Shiite villages like Kile and other, or Marun Aras, up there, to make sure that there is no option for Radwan forces and Hezbollah forces to return and attack us.
What they found under this Shiite Islamic Arab village that was housing Hezbollah was that there was mass tunnels under the whole community as well. Mass tunnels. Last time I visited Israel as a tourist in 2016, there's a very famous photo that ended up across British media where I saw a tank, I saw the military, I pulled over and I said, can I just quickly take a picture? I was wearing shorts, swim shorts and flip-flops standing on a tank. The difference this time is I am a guest of the State of Israel and I am currently standing in a military base as I come to the border with Lebanon to understand the complexity of the battle that Israel faces to defend its nation and defend its people, and to understand just how close the forces of Hezbollah, Iran's proxy armies are, and the jihadists are that surround, literally, the other side of this wall, there's a Jewish village, and you can throw a stone and hit the Arab village in Lebanon. It's been a very difficult war, and I think that Israel and the State of Israel has learned a lot from October 7th, because this site was probably more vulnerable to attack with a better fighting force and a better funded army from Iran than what the Hamas managed on the Gaza border. So, but I've had an amazing stay, I've had an amazing time in Israel. Fascinating trip.
And there we have it. But that's crazy. Like, see, if it wasn't for Tommy doing that, how on earth would any of us know? Because the mainstream media don't want us, like, you know, to know certain things, do they? Let's be honest. But this is, like, 2 minutes 49 seconds. From the river to the sea, the genocide they're cheering. This is a good video. Right, what have I missed in the chat? What's going on, geese? I saw El Zoot. Made me chuckle. El Zoot. One guy looks after the rockets, one has the guns, one gets boomed by the rest. That's the one I saw there. El Zoot. Uh-oh. Jack Britton, I've met Tommy 6 times. Blimey heck. 6 times. Done well, mate. 6 times more than me. I messaged him on X, but he must get loads, so, but I don't know. I always say I don't think I've got enough for him to bother having an interview on this channel, but I still support him and show all his stuff to people. Do you know what I mean? Help spread the word. I'll do my bit for Tommy. Don't you worry. But I might meet him one day. Who knows? Never heard any racism or homophobia from him. No, 'cause the bloke talks facts, the truth. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I turn around to, like I said earlier, like Sahira Al-Bukhari 51-34, how's that Islamophobic or racist? It's literally in their hadiths that a 57-year-old married a 6-year-old. It's not being anything other than factual. But no, you're not allowed to talk facts. They largely try to ignore it or claim it's not a reliable hadith. My argument is it's still a hadith. Momo's gay. Yeah, he was homosexual because he used to walk around covered in semen. Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim for 2, which they hold in high regard. They hold any words from Aisha in very high regard. And there's a few others. They're not actually called Sahih something, but they are seen as Sahih. So, yeah, the dudes are no way a racist. They can't quote one racist thing he said. No, they can't. So, When we had El Zut ham laid on him. Ooh, brother, ooh, brother, ooh, oh, brother, ooh. Ooh, brother Wiz. Going to Israel like this is giving the radicals in the UK a massive breakdown. Yep, they're going to try and find something like that Channel 4 woman that flew all the way over there to try and... So, you're not a journalist, you're a thug. Prove it. I listened to the English translation speech exactly the same as leftists woke him now. Antifa are fascists. You see, Tommy's a Jew. Done in the way of Dr. David Wood. I listened to a talk on the El Zut. They wrote him all night. Yep, they did. I think it was David Woods was the one that brought that up, I think. Christianized Viking, brother. Let's go. Yeah, I'm looking Viking, but more wizard. Never let him forget to. Angie Max, Little Mites and more. Love in the UK. David Woods a giggle. Yeah, I like it. I like when he does his funny voice to that. He's like, oh, and they come over the Jews. You think that, so you think that. Ooh. He called the Arab village shite. Hope the world is seeing the hope the world seeing the truth. Yeah. Each to their own, I guess. Them gay demons are real because of the Jews and the aliens. Allah Akbang. What's even funny is that David now gets messages from the descendants of Zut talking about what their ancestors did to the Prophet of Islam. But they say that, but then there's like evidence that one, there's no Islam, two, that Muhammad never existed. So they're doing a lot of work at Mecca in the world of construction, not one Islamic artifact, but they find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Jewish ones. Funny that. Yeah, definitely an eye opener. Yeah, without a doubt. El Zut in the butt. That's good. I like that. They're a funny bunch, the El Zut. A little bit of fun in my life. His poor rear ring must have been nipping. It became an engagement ring. They go bang bang and also get banged. Mama, the daddy pig. Oh, here we go. Tommy is so full of crap because he talks the truth. Okay. He says he wanted the Islamic government of Iran removed as soon as the revolution happened. That would have been ideal. Amazing, because then Tommy wasn't born until 4 years after. What? So you can't talk about anything if you're born after it. So we can't talk about the Titanic then because we weren't alive. Jew is anti-Jew. Tommy's not full of crap though, so he got that wrong straight away. I knew straight away he's going to write rubbish. But imagine, he says he wants the Islamic government of Iran removed as soon as the revolution happened. But that's amazing because Tommy born till 4 years after it. I didn't want the Titanic to sink. Oh no, I was born after that. Better not say it. Oh well, sorry about that, John. You muppet. Love the hair. Looks like mine. What, my hair? Yeah, I got it. It's all shaved on the back and sides, geese. I normally have it up and it's done as a French plait or just a plait. When I'm going wizard. Going to the masjid covered in Jesus halal. Make me say reading out some things there. I need to read them before I click on them. Muhammad was quoted as saying, "Ooh, my chocolate starfish is burning." He said, "Oh, please don't go down the Bourbon Boulevard. Please leave my Marmite motorway." We're allowed to say things like this. He didn't find it, but he's made it famous. That hadith is only recently translated for reasons. Yeah, there's nothing, literally nothing. They can never exist in the time Muhammad was supposed to have lived. That too. Yeah, it's full on crazy geese. I wake up and try to make sense of it all, but trying to make of insanity will make you insane. It bloomin' will, yeah. Without a doubt. Think about it too much. Like, ooh. Yeah, Muslim me ring stings. That's the prophet of Islam. Big up yourself from my beeper. Bonjour la Tony. Oh, Tony, I looked at the thingy. The ex-marine or whatever commando and that, but yeah, it's he's got some good videos actually. He's actually been with Tommy, interviewed him. Yes, they will be interesting. Don't try to make sense of it; it'll make you insane. I swear I just read that, did I not? Am I going backwards? That is an understatement. I like that. Yeah, Muslim. Muslim. I'm going to have that stuck in my head now, so I keep saying it. This is it's only about 3 minutes, this video, but the river to the sea, Israel is all you can see. Not the call for that, you know. They say it's a protest, this pro-Palestine. They're shouting from the river to the sea. It's literally a hate march. They're literally calling for the genocide of the Jews. But no, we're not allowed to say that. Pat's Leverstrap says, I also like the Hadith where a man tells his mates to get out of his house after dinner and not to. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they just say, don't they? But like something about not to talk, whatever, or something. It's like, yeah, get out. That's him. Chris Sproul lost his mind for real. Yeah. I watched a wee bit. I didn't watch lots, but Tony mentioned it earlier, so I did start to watch one of his videos. And he said he's not this way or that way to do with Tommy, his show and that. But it looks like he's doing like he's going to get to Everest or something for mental health, raise money and all that. But he's an ex-serviceman and all that. But yeah. But we'll see how we go here. If we've got time, we'll have a look at one quickly. But I don't, because there's a few of these Tommy Ronson videos. But I see what Tony was saying. His live's about an hour or so, but I need to watch it and sort of pick bits out of it, say, if we watched it, because we can't all sit here for an hour watching someone else's video, can we? Be the world's longest review ever. But excuse me. But let's see what's said on this one. This if I do that, you can see it. Put my cursor on it up the top left there. From the river to the sea, the genocide they're cheering. This is about 2 minutes 50 seconds. 9. So let's see what's said.
This is demonstrating the end game for them. And this is what we are fighting against. But rest assured, if they will achieve this, you know who's next.
I've got one question here that I think this is for people who do not have knowledge on when we hear, because we continually hear from the river to the sea, we hear British politicians saying it. We hear, so British members of parliament saying it.
And they don't even know what river and they don't know what sea. And we're like, come on, it's a Mediterranean Sea. And it's a River Jordan.
Journalists saying it. We hear it bellowing out across the West in every capital city on the streets of London since October 7th, week in, week out.
Genocide.
What does from the river to the sea mean?
Well, it sounds good, right? From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Sounds.
Let me demonstrate what it means through a map. Thank you.
Okay.
A map I have received from one of our heroes, one of the IDF soldiers coming back from the city of Khan Yunis in the central southern part of the Gaza Strip. Now, most rivers don't know which river and which sea. So this is the River Jordan, and this is the sea, the Mediterranean.
When you say that, most people interviewed on the streets, when they're cheering it, they say to them, which river, which sea, and they have no knowledge.
And that's
so this
hopefully, paid or what? They literally don't know what river, what sea. And when you try and explain about Palestine and how they're indoctrinated and this, that, and everything else, and that the fact they cheered on over 3,000 of them followed Hamas into Israel on October the 7th to try genocide the Jews. And they're like, no, they're that ignorant, yet they're screaming all pro-Palestine. It makes zero sense. I think retards, to be fair.
Will educate what they're called when they say from the river to the sea. What are they calling for? What is this?
And what you see between the river and the sea is a Judenrein Palestine, a Palestine cleansed of Jews. Only Arab cities, towns, settlements.
Where was this?
Non-Jews. This was on the wall, taken off a wall of a kindergarten in the Gaza Strip. This is demonstrating the end game for them.
A kindergarten. So that's how young they are being taught it.
And this is what we are fighting against. But rest assured, if they will achieve this, you know who's next.
So this is their goal. There's no Tel Aviv here.
No Tel Aviv.
There's no Jewish city. There's no Jews.
There is. No,
there's no Jews.
Jews.
They're
no
all
Jews.
gone. So this is their end goal. And if you could broaden this map and you saw Great Britain and America, what would that look like for these organizations?
Same. Absolutely the same.
World domination.
Yes.
And this
is the symbol for Hamas.
Okay.
And Al-Aqsa, the mosque.
That's the mosque in Jerusalem.
And this is how they indoctrinated their children.
Okay, thank you. Just for that's for the people who are singing from the river to the sea to understand what you're calling for. You're calling for the genocide of the only Jewish state.
People. Yeah, you're calling for more of these. This is
So
what you're
basically
calling
sums it
for.
up. See what I mean? They really have no idea. They have no idea what they're even, let alone what they're chanting for, or what. I mean, blimey, the actual ideology of it all. It's just. Is that might be my signal? The web has just gone all crappy here. Is it my signal? Could be my signal, Geese, not yours. But yeah, I've got blooming 2 Wi-Fi boosters. Slim, I think a lot are attracted to Islam because it gives them the whip over their women. Yep, they'll have to beat their women. Writings that confirm that Aisha's skin is as green as her dress. And that obviously green is a bruise. So she's been beaten by the so-called holy prophet who was not holy, who owned slaves and was a warlord. Not what you expect from a prophet, let alone like the main prophet of something. Oh, you get wintry, but yeah, we're having it here. Yeah, you talk about that Chris Sproul. Yeah. Not too sure how to take him yet myself. I'm gonna have to watch a couple, but Tony pointed me in that direction earlier during the Julie Wandelt catch up on the court case. But yeah, if I've got time, I'll look it up and I'll investigate. But it's all happy days because you know, educates me, so it's good to. Oh, I pressed the wrong button then. Do it like that. There you go. Do you like my new like and subscribe button? It's cool, isn't it? Like, subscribe, click, ding-a-ling-ling. Did you like that? Going up in the world. But yeah, I got that earlier and I thought, oh yeah, I'll watch a bit. Being ex-serviceman, you know what I mean? Obviously, whether it's in America, this country or any country, IDF, whatever, I've got a lot of respect for servicemen. I mean, it takes a lot of courage, a lot of balls. So I was looking at, I wanted to join the military police when I was young, but that never happened. Project Bluebeam, having the next 2 weeks. Remember, I warned you. Ooh, Project Bluebeam. Go Python. God will never allow this to happen. Nope. Thing is, though, I'd like a lot of people, they're like, oh, how does God allow this? How does God allow that? And do you know what my argument is? It's not that he allows it. It's just, it's what's what's going on is through the actions of man. It's not through the actions of God. If a man decides to wake up and go kill people because he's a little bit doolally in the world of Islam, that's not on God. That's down on the individual. That's a man's actions. They're like, oh, but how does God allow it? Well, he can't just go, oh, stop. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. We've all got freedom of speech, got free will. So it's a bit crazy that people say, oh, yeah, it's all this, it's all that. And you're like, a minute. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, when you say, oh, like, I think it was Stephen Fry, he's like, oh, how would God invent, like, I don't know, was it an insect that can get in your eyes and it can blind you? Well, he didn't know man was going to go there, swim in the water, and then end up with it in the eye. But then if man had a brain, which it has, it works out ways to cure things and to stop things. And that's like the world of poor. But again, it's through the actions of all individuals in all those said areas. It's not like down to God make an evil world. Man made it evil. That's me. I'm said. Might be visiting on a fishing trip, so I might get to see you unless World War III is in full flow. Yeah. Let me know, yeah, because it has its moments, my signal. I don't know why it does that. So the Daily Agenda is a British nationalist that hates Tommy. Why? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't recollect. I actually know him, so I can't comment on that. King of New York. My bad. But yeah. Free will. Yes, exactly. Free will. Yes. Yeah, I got there. I found that word as well myself. Or words. Pat, do you think Islam is a one world religion mentioned in the Bible? Ooh. I picked up a nice Eastern Psalm Bible today. Ruby text with a white leather cover. Another one for the pile. Ooh. Ruby text with a white leather cover. Oh, that's nice. Eastern Psalm Bible. Done well. You're going to end up with like the biggest collection of different on the whole planet. The Eastern Star is the ladies' version of the Masons. Oh, well, I never knew that, mate. I was talking to a guy about it Sunday. Always talking to a guy on Sunday. But this isn't a very long video either. It's only 2 minutes 34 seconds. But this is basic Britain's future and reports from Judea.
Well, look, we're doing a good job, I think you're right. Thanks, and it's very necessary.
No, thank you.
We take them off because they're taking control over them.
So I'm outside Jerusalem in an area called Judea that many in the UK would refer to as the West Bank.
Yep, Judea and Samaria.
Territories. Now, I come here in 2016 to the state of Israel, and people ask why. I came here on a fact-finding mission. I'll be honest. I came here to look at our future, Great Britain's future. And when I come here, I saw these and these concrete blocks and bollards at every single bus stop. To understand why, and in 2016, we didn't have this in the UK. Our bus stops were free. Our Christmas markets were not surrounded by armed police. We didn't have diversity barriers surrounding everything. But in 2016, when I come here, I looked and said, that's our future. And I wanted to understand how Jews in Israel, Christians in Israel, how the Israelis live and survive with the threat of terror. Why did I do that? Because I knew we're now surrounded by the same idea that's on their border and in their heartlands. The same idea that wants to massacre the Jews, wants to massacre us as non-Muslims. It wants to conquer Israel, it wants to conquer Britain. And this is how they've lived for well over a decade. It's new to us. But what other security implications, what other losses of freedom are we going to face? They're the questions that I'm here to find answers to. And to understand how this nation, how they come together, how they stand and how they fight against this jihadist mindset which has infiltrated their country and ours. This is not a problem anymore that's secluded to Israel or the Middle East. It's a problem that's in your city, it's in Manchester, it's in London. It's your Christmas market that has to have these barriers. It's your town centre that has to have barriers to prevent Muslims getting in cars or lorries and ramming down the street. It's our now town centres that need armed guards. We shouldn't have to live like this, and we don't, because we have imported this problem from the Middle East. We've imported it. We didn't have to do it, and we still don't. We still can reverse this. But I'm here asking questions, looking and seeing what your future looks like in Great Britain.
Well, that's that in a nutshell then, don't you think? Basically just that's it. And we've got what's it called?
Very clearly.
What's it called? Barriers. We got barriers in our Portsmouth town centre, both ends, that can be raised and down. But they've been there for years. We had a revamped core to go 10, 15 years ago or something stupid. But yeah, town centres have to have certain barriers because of certain people. It's nuts, absolutely nuts. But even I can't stand Starmer. Imam from Leicester speaks out in Jerusalem.
Quran says that to kill one person is as you have killed the entire mankind.
Can you
save one person is as if you have saved the entire mankind.
Can you carry on reading that verse?
من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا.
Can I translate what you said? Unless they cause mischief and they must have their hands and feet cut off and exiled from the land.
Did he literally just let me convert it? Bosh.
Are you from Britain?
Yes, I am from
I
Britain.
knew you was from Britain and I see you.
I've seen you a lot, mate.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name's Umer.
Omer.
Yeah.
Omer, we're obviously in Jerusalem.
Yep.
We're just understanding the complexity of the Jewish side and the Muslim side.
Yeah.
What's your view as a British Muslim on the state of Israel?
I have no issue. As long as people are living in peace, if they have their side, they have their country, and the Palestinians have their own kind of safe spot where they can live freely without under any oppression or any injustice, then I think this is the solution for peace in the Middle East.
See, I wasn't expecting to hear that, because I didn't expect to hear many Muslims that would recognise the Israeli state.
No, I have no issue. The Israelis, they've been living here for thousands of years. They have a rich history in this part of the Middle East.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm from Britain.
Whereabouts?
Leicester.
Leicester, okay.
Yeah. And if they want to live in this part of the country, in this part of the region of the world, then they can. But what the issue of the mainly Muslim majority population is, as long as they live in peace together, as long as there's not this oppression and injustice taking place, then we have no problem.
What would you
Did he say? Did I miss that then? Did he say about everyone living in peace? What, with Islam? Is he taking the Mickey Mouse? Is he blind to like literally everything stands for? Live in peace? It's like telling me it's a religion of peace. No, the religion that has you in pieces. Because of
If you look at throughout Muslim history, you'll see that when the Crusaders came, then Jewish people expelled from Jerusalem. But when the Muslims ruled, then the Christians, Muslims and Jewish people lived in peace and harmony.
As long as they paid the jizya?
Of course, as long as they paid the tax, which we live in Britain.
As long as they were subjugated?
No, as long as they live freely. If you read history, there was no oppression, there was no occupation.
Providing they paid special money for protection.
Just like we do pay our taxes.
But the Muslims didn't have to pay the same tax.
The Muslims have to pay extra. They have to pay zakah, they have to pay ushr.
Charity towards Muslims?
No, that goes to the community, Baytul Mal. That goes back to the that's the same concept of taxes.
Can I ask? So, what would you say if I've just told you I've walked along this shopping street in the Muslim quarter?
Yep.
I've spoke to many Muslim business owners who said they love the state of Israel.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that surprised you? It surprised me.
I don't think so.
But they said they're happy living here and they haven't faced discrimination and they feel fairly treated under the state of Israel.
That's perfectly fine. As long as they're happy, they're living in peace and security, I see no issue with this. And if they have no issue with it, then I have no issue with it.
What's your name?
Omer.
More Muslims like I'm here, yeah?
No, I'm just for peace. I don't like this fighting taking place.
What can I ask your view? The British government just recognised the state of Palestine.
I think that's a great move.
Okay, but the Palestinian Authority, who control the state of Palestine, they have a rule and a law where they pay money to people from the refugee camps, Muslims, to go and kill Israelis. So they reward people for murdering innocent civilians. Is that a good thing?
No, of course not. Definitely.
So how can we as a country recognise
very
them?
clearly that the Quran says that to kill one person is as you have killed the entire mankind.
Can you
save one person is as if you have saved the entire mankind.
Can you carry?
But the Quran says like to kill Jews and Christians. What's this man on about?
Are you on reading that verse?
من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا
You're in
الناس جميعا.
Arabic, you plum.
Can I translate what you said? Unless
that's not up to Tom, Dick and Harry to decide. That is up to a qualified judge to decide. And if you look in Ottoman history, you'll find very few scenarios where that actually took place.
Can I ask, who's Ibn Kathir?
Ibn Kathir is a great mufassir and Muslim theologian.
Is he very good? Is he recognised worldwide?
Yes.
Ibn Kathir translates the word mischief as meaning not believing in Allah.
Okay.
So that verse that you just quoted,
that's his.
But you just said he's a great scholar. That word that you just that verse that you just translated, according to that great Islamic scholar, translates that mischief, not believing in Allah, must be punished by death, execution.
That's his opinion. Now, if you
just said he's a great Islamic scholar, yeah? He's one of the most renowned in the world.
That doesn't mean I have to agree with everything he says. As for example,
but do you understand why we have a problem when a million?
As a human being, I don't agree with the majority of your views, but that doesn't mean I don't support your journalism. That doesn't mean I agree with the work that you are doing.
Okay,
I am happy with that.
But what I'm saying is, do you understand why, if we've got an Islamic scholar who's one of the most renowned in the world, he translates the verse that you just quoted to say kill non-Muslims?
Yeah, but if you look at, see, one thing is what's on paper. If you look at an example of how the Islamic society and the Islamic caliphate ruled for the past 13 centuries, you will find that isn't the case.
What about the ISIS caliphate?
We don't agree with that at all. That is.
What sect are you from, sir?
I'm a Sunni.
You're a Sunni?
Yes.
Okay.
The ISIS caliphate was not. I can't even call it a caliphate. That was completely against the Quran and Sunnah. Everything that they did is completely against, and I can see freely and openly that they are not Muslims at all. Even Hamas. They some of the teachings that they propagate and some of the things they have carried out is against Muslim teachings.
Are you an imam?
Yes, I am an imam.
At a mosque in Leicester?
Nottingham.
In Nottingham?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting chat, bro.
And I follow you on social media quite a lot, and I applaud you for your patriotism. But unfortunately I think that you have maybe got the wrong picture and the wrong version of Islam. And I've watched your podcast. I know you have Muslim friends in growing up in Luton, and I think the area where you have grown up in was mainly was it Pakistani Kashmiri Muslims.
Pakistani Kashmiri.
And then
are you Indian?
Yes, I am.
Deobandi?
Yes.
Deobandi?
And you'll notice that the Gujaratis, Deobandis generally they are more kind of welcoming, and they are less inclined to this kind of violence and sectarianism.
What about Tablighi Jamaat, the mosque?
Yes,
that's your main mosque?
No, I'm not part of the group, but I know people that are part of the group.
Okay.
What do you think about Ali Dawa and people like Ali Dawa?
People like them, I don't really have any inclination towards those kind of people. I don't really agree what they kind of do. You know, going
Ali Dawa and Mohammed Hijab.
out to the streets and forcing people and being aggressive. I've seen some of his videos. He can be quite aggressive. That kind of approach, I'm more of a gentle person. I like talking to people.
What about his ideology?
I don't. What in terms of? He's Muslim.
Let me ask you. So say, like, for example, in your perfect society, yours, forget Britain, what you would love to see for the whole world or your country or where you live, what should, in that nation, what would you put the legal age for sex as?
I'm not a legislator. I'm not familiar with the law, so I can't give an answer to that question.
No, in your society, if you could govern society, you're an imam. In your ideal society, what would the rules be around?
There is no specific age. Whatever the culture of that and the norm of that society is, that would be the legal age. So, for example, in medieval Britain, the age was very young.
But what about now? What about now?
So now the norm of society would be that 18 plus, and if somebody was to get married younger, I wouldn't agree with that because it's not the custom and the norm of this age. So Islam is unique that it follows the customs and traditions of the society, the community.
Doesn't it wish to? So wasn't Muhammad perfect?
Of course he was.
So wouldn't it be about implementing the way Muhammad lived?
He never preached this. He never commanded.
Jelly flop. I can't answer it because of the Jews. The Prophet married a 6-year-old. I'm trying to not say a word about it, but Tommy's not letting it drop. That's hilarious. But yeah, Beats and Tape. He basically doesn't agree with it, but he supports it. Weirdo. Yeah, Sunni and Shia. It makes you laugh, innit? Islam is so perfect, so clear. Everyone understands it so much. You've actually got the Sunni and the Shia, and they believe different things. I mean, how does that work?
The Quran clearly says the marry women, that there's no age restriction, there's no limit. It's based on the norm and culture of that society. So if you look at medieval Britain, so many kings, even in the Bible, many examples of...
Richard Lionheart had an 11-year-old wife.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't want to emulate Richard Lionheart. Can I ask one more question, mate? You've watched...
I need to run for president.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. You've watched a lot of my content, yeah?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Do you think I hate Muslims?
I wouldn't say you hate Muslims, but I think you have sort of hatred and a misunderstanding, a misconstrued understanding of what Islam is. And I believe that's because of maybe the environment you grew up in and the things that you saw growing up. You mind if I take a picture?
Of course not, bro. Of course not. Of course. Take it. I'll prank you, so you got it? Take it.
To say like you misunderstand Islam. We don't misunderstand Islam. Tommy knows. Tommy knows. He's talking absolute rubbish. It's absolute crazy. The Mucha man and the grapes. Oh, I love a grape, says Mohammed. He didn't want to answer it, did he? But yeah, he's talking out of his backside. But what can I say? Oh, I wouldn't let him off so easy, but maybe where they are, whatever. Tommy's like, yeah, you know, people that see the video know that.
Guys, trade his group chat.
I saw. I've just arrived on Monday, so when I saw that you're in Israel, I thought maybe I might even bump into.
Yeah, get those super chats going, get your memberships going, and I'll go to Israel.
Never expected I'll have an interview with him, but thank you.
He's great. Of course.
I genuinely have a fear of flying, though. I don't trust man, and man builds aeroplane. I have issues.
Cheers, bro. Thanks for your openness, yeah? Thanks for talking. Cheers. See you later. See you later. It was nice. That was good. It was nice. Let me ask him why you're not allowed in. Let me ask him. Can't film them? No, but...
1 second.
Hold on. I want to know why you're not allowed in.
No worries, don't worry.
Yeah, but I want to know why you're not allowed in. I want to know why you're not allowed in.
I don't know. But
They've actually stopped him from going in.
See, we believe that every step we take to the mosque is rewarding. So whether I mean,
we've just been told, because we were told Jews can't walk up there. We were told Jews can't go in there.
Okay.
That's what we just got told. Why can't he go in? Can you go in? See if you can go in, have you? No one can go in.
Jews can't go in, only Muslims are allowed that way.
Only Muslims are allowed in this.
Only Muslims are allowed in that way.
First time I've ever seen that, because Muslims are allowed up there.
No,
Jews, infidels and monkeys have to go through the ramp.
I wasn't allowed in the morning.
Infidels and monkeys.
Ask you for your passport. Is it because it's the British passport?
I think it's because it's British and they think that most British people support Palestine, and so they have this kind of...
No, that's not good. All tourists...
Because his government what?
Because his government go to Lahai, to the judge, for Israel and Gaza. This is the reason.
Because the British government is saying, because the Britich government probably recognise the state of Palestine, he's a British passport holder, that may be why he's not allowed. So this is Keir Starmer's fault. What do you think of Keir Starmer?
To be honest, I don't like him as well.
You don't like him?
No.
Can you say Keir Starmer's a wanker?
I'm not going to say that. I don't. As a Muslim, I don't use.
You don't want to swear. I get it, especially as an imam.
Yeah.
Okay, fair play.
But,
What's your view on Keir Starmer's government?
to be honest, when we voted for him, we expected Labour government, and the Labour government for the people. Unfortunately, it's been quite the opposite. The hike in taxes and the cut in benefits, and for elderly, so many things that they've done that they promised not to do, but they've.
So you as a voter of Keir Starmer, who would you vote for in the next election?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
Reform?
All the politicians that I see.
Reform?
That would be. See, the issue on immigration, I agree with it to a certain extent. See, my parents were born in this country, but my grandparents were immigrants from Africa and from India, and they came and they worked hard. They came, they lived in houses, 4 or 5 people together. They worked and then they earned the money. Now they all have their own houses. See, but the problem with the influx of immigrants now is that they are coming just to kind of benefit from the system without contributing to society, and I think that's problematic.
Okay.
And I have also this issue as well, that so many of them are coming and they're committing crimes. And again, this goes back to not following Islam correctly. See, rape, Islam prohibits sex outside of marriage.
Unless at war.
That's a whole different discussion and topic.
But if at war, Muslims can.
No matter what he says, Tommy's like, boom, called you out.
Take non-Muslim women as sexual slaves.
They can't just take it just like that. This rules and regulations.
Rules and regulations, but some of the verses in the Quran say that outside your full wives, take away every right arm possesses, you are blameless.
Yeah. So, if you have attained a slave girl due to the correct conditions.
What correct conditions can there be for a slave girl?
It's a prisoner of war. So if a female is captured.
He's missed the point, hasn't he? Slave.
As a prisoner of war.
Like the Jewish ladies who were just taken by Hamas?
No, because that wasn't. That would not be classified as the jihad, would it?
But it was to them, to Hamas.
To them.
And it was to Boko Haram, and it was to ISIS with the Yazidis.
All those groups, I don't agree with them at all.
I know you don't agree with them, but you understand that they take the verses. They take the verse in the Quran, which legitimise slave girls.
Yes. So that's again due to a lack of correct understanding, or maybe just the Prophet ﷺ himself said in a hadith, a time will come when people will read the Quran, but it will not pass their neck, meaning they will read the Quran and act upon the verses, but it will not enter into their hearts. They will not practice and understand the Quran correctly.
Do you think maybe with the explosion of rape in Rotherham, in Telford, across the country, do you think maybe some of those people are taking these same verses that Boko Haram, ISIS and Hamas are taking?
I don't think so. The people who are behind these, what do you call them?
Grooming, they call them.
They are probably the most religious, hungry men who are feeding on young girls, unfortunately. And see, it's when we say it doesn't make sense, because to have a Muslim grooming gang, Islam doesn't allow grooming and raping.
Why do you think then, if they're just hungry men, why do you think there's not gangs of hungry Hindu men or hungry Sikh men?
They are out there, but maybe they are not as many because the Muslim population is much more. And number two, they are not highlighted as much as the Muslim crimes are highlighted. So for example, there are also British grooming gangs as well, white British. Yeah. And I don't
know about you, but I'm watching those Jews dancing in the background. Look on the right hand side, they're jumping up and down and singing.
I'm sure you've seen them as well. Now they are much more compared to the Muslim grooming gangs, but they are highlighted much more.
If I went into the statistics and the numbers, Muslim men make up 90% of the convictions for gangs of men. In fact, groups of men who come together to rape young girls. Why do you think they're so overrepresented?
I have no idea.
Okay. Are we allowed to? Do you think we are allowed to explore if there is a religious justification for it? Can we have that open discussion around Islam?
Would, but I doubt there would be any religious justification for that at all.
Okay. This is a fascinating discussion with this going on in the background, no? With this going on in the background, no?
Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. This
is Jerusalem.
This is a special, unique thing about Jerusalem, is that all three religions have lived in harmony for the past 9-10 centuries.
Do you know what they're singing about?
No.
They happen to be singing about the fact that one day there'll be a temple, that God will bring the temple back, like it does.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, man. Talk to you. Thank you.
Well, he held a conversation with Tommy. That's something, but yeah, he sort of beat around the bush a little bit there, didn't he? Not really sort of saying it as is, but Tommy's on it. He knows his stuff. Very intelligent, Tommy, especially when it comes to the Quran. It says this, it says that. But yeah. How can we go from Pat's Leather Strats to Pat the Milkman 403 with the same picture? It doesn't allow you to do that to Muslim woman. He's lying again. Yep. The Day of the Jackal. Yeah. It's practicing outside Turkey. Countryside Turkey. Yeah. There's actually a sniper who said he was out there for like 7 days waiting, obviously. And during that time, he actually witnessed like a father and son come out and do stuff with a donkey. It's like, oh, I think that was on Sean Ryan's show. Their faith has no place in a modern world. No. Oh, Zakin Naik. Yeah, he's quite a big, but he's sort of going downhill fast, really, with what he says his beliefs and that. He used to be quite a big name, didn't he? But now not. Now not. But this is is the
we are
got the video with Andrew Gold. Don't know if any of you watch it, but I do. But yeah, he's with Tommy Robinson in Israel.
We are on our way to play paddle. Paddle is tennis and squash combined, but it's an addictive sport that I found in Spain. I was living in Spain for a few years ago. It's unbelievable, man. It's great. It's great because you can get quite good at it quite quick, and you get really long rallies going on. These lads took me training the other morning and challenged me to a game of paddle. So this is Israel versus Britain, or versus England, really. And we're going to have a game. They're going to be fitter than us, but we're going to beat them.
Allegedly.
Who's we? I'm with Andrew Gold. Andrew Gold has a great podcast in the UK called Heretics. Yeah, I forgot. It was that good. Yeah. I'm only joking.
30k subs in 18 months.
Probably, I'd say that is the fastest growing podcast. Probably in where? The world?
Probably the world.
Go on, Andrew. Come on, man.
What do you think it is?
No, that will be.
No, but why do you think it's growing so fast, Tommy Robinson?
Well, why do I think it's growing so fast?
Yeah.
The guests, the conversation.
That's because you were the guest. You're saying it's because of you.
It started off the back of me.
Yeah.
I made this man. Yeah. No, Andrew, and I spent a few days with Andrew in, where was we? In Spain, in Alicante. And Andrew's behind it, the exterior is a very funny man. That's what I realised. Very funny. That's what I took from it.
Got funny bones.
Can't climb mountains. Doesn't like walking much. Likes to get a taxi to the end of the road. So we're going to see how today goes. Yeah. If I played you when I was 22, I'd have smashed you. Basically, I'm 42. I'm only playing that, so I'm only playing a good game. Look, can you see why I won?
Tommy's better running than
Can
me.
you see why I won? Good game, lads. It was really good.
We were better than I thought.
Just so you know, with the going and all that, did you know that's actually unhealthy? There you go. Having all that because you obviously haven't got enough nutrients in your body, food and water. That's why it's showing.
Firstly, most of the games we lost, it was only by.
You wait, I'll have to delete that bit because Tommy will be all right with it because this video's up, and mine it'll come up and it'll say, "Oh, copyright, you got to remove this bit." So if you're watching this and you can't see the game, it's because I'm about to edit it out because of blooming YouTube.
One or two, it was a juice or whatever. I do think that when they were winning by a few, they stopped playing properly a little bit because they don't want to take the piss, which is respectful.
That's nice. Embarrassing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't do that, did you, lads? I thought we were putting up a good fight.
Every time we were 40 love up, they went, "Oh, let's have a go."
Oh my God.
But it's respectful to their elders. That's what that is. Look, if you're 22, a couple of guys, 36 and 42.
I'll just smash them and laugh at them. Say 6-0, you crap. Go back to England.
You got too much.
Take yourself back to England. That's what I'd have done. Take yourself back to England. You're useless. Oh God, lads, I'm absolutely knackered. It's good, isn't it? It's a good workout. Anyone who hasn't played paddle, trust me, it's great, man. It's the best sport. Yeah. So Mossad paid me 7,000, but paddle paid 5,000 a tweak. So this video is going to earn me loads of money, right? But if you haven't played paddle, it's quite easy to get good at. Trust me, and it's such a good workout. It's great, man.
It's great.
We're back on YouTube, but we need you. We need you to like, subscribe, comment, share. We are the media, but not without your help and your support. Please, we've had years of censorship. We're back in the game. Share our content, like, subscribe. Thank you.
We're on it, Tommy. Don't you worry. There, you heard the man. Go subscribe. Go subscribe. Tommy Robinson Online is the channel on. That's why I show it on the bit here. There it is. There's the channel. Go follow Tommy Robinson Online. 532,000 subscribers. Holy moly. Wow. Oh, he's got a.
I'm in Jerusalem.
Let's make that bigger. Got another one here. But what did I see? What did I see? What did I see? What daily agenda video is that? Day of the Jackal. Because that was mentioned earlier, wasn't it? But I don't know of it or seen it or whatever. But let me go different pen. Because I could always line out for next time, because obviously we're talking about Tommy Robinson at the moment, but daily agenda. What video was it? The daily agenda. Let's scroll up, see if I can find it. I know someone mentioned it earlier, didn't they? Something to do with daily agenda, but unless it was yourself. Day of the Jackal. I can't find it. Simon from the Daily Agenda. That's King of New York. But what actual videos? There's specific worth just going on his channel and having a look. Let me know, Day of the Jackal. I'll keep my eyes open. Pat Leverstraps, Zakir, his wife and daughter now have a allegedly. Oh yeah, I've done that one. Allegedly. Allegedly. And then there's a follow-up there. I've seen a picture of the medical paperwork from Zakir, but his wife and daughter is just something I've heard. Oh. Scarface. Hello to my little friend. What? Slim, I'm not saying hello to your genitals. Oh, Cheech and Chong, yeah. He's linked it. Is that the one? Yeah, saying that public relations for Tommy Robinson has been a disaster for him here in Britain because he went to Israel. Is that the one? Because I'll see that. Oh, it got posted 23 hours ago. Oh, it's only a 13-minute long video, so probably we could probably I'll have a look. I'll see a video about that. I've got it saved on my laptop, so I've got the link there and that. But yeah, we could probably I'll have to watch it through and then see if it's worth. We could do a video when I go live, whatever. We can jump in. So yeah, I've got that. Thanks, Day of the Jackal. Thanks. I would have missed that otherwise. Oh, we've done it again anyway. But yeah, I'm on it. But yeah, it literally got posted 23 hours ago. That's the one, isn't it? 23 hours ago. I want to follow that link to make sure it is. Yeah, it is the right one. Yeah, Christy. Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah. Oh, just save that one. I'll save that one. We can do it. Have you seen it then? So, because I'll. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, happy days. Right, sweet. This one, literally, I thought we were done with Tommy Robinson, but this video is only 4 minutes and it's literally just gone up about half hour ago. So we might as well add it, haven't we? So we're completely up to date. But don't forget, any more videos, go to Tommy Robinson on YouTube, subscribe, support him, do your thing. We'll have a look at the Business Australia video next time. We'll investigate. I'll see what's going on tomorrow. Actually, we can always have a look. Any videos like that or anything you reviewing or anything like that, obviously I need to know. So like what Business did, obviously I missed it and Day of the Jackal had to jog me memory, but we got there. But put it up in the chat or email me the wizardswordsuk@gmail.com and then I'll get it. Any videos that are worth going through, because I did say I haven't got anything, but I did say any to do with where maybe David Wood, Apostate Prophet, God Logic, whoever it are doing videos that slate Islam, but in a correct way because they back it up with, you know, all the documents or the Quran or the Hadiths, anything like that, or anything stupid that you want to discuss. Maybe some Muhammad hijab or Ali Dawa, Zakir Naik, whatever they said. If it's a certain video, email me thewizardswordsuk@gmail.com, or when we're live, put it up, but make sure you get me attention, because then what I can do is I can open it on my laptop, I press play and start, and then it goes into my what I've watched, and then I can go in and see, and then I can find it, and then I can save it to watch later, or even like as it is now, I can click watch later, keep it all happy days. So it's all happy days. So right, let's watch this 4-minute video. This will be the last one of Tommy Robinson. Oh, we've been going an hour and a half.
I'm in Jerusalem. I'm entering where many different religions live together, Jews, Christians and Muslims. We hear so much about this at home. We hear views propagated by media, by commentators about what it's like.
Tony, all I can say is, well, you're going to have to not only subscribe, but you need to join the channel membership for $1.99 a month. Just like Slim. He got gifted one. Or see, I forget, Day of the Jackal. We have to see P donated a couple of the channel membership. And I've done 5, but maybe in the next live we'll do it again, see if we can slam dunk membership onto Tony or something. Happy days. Oh, happy days.
for Muslims living here. So I thought, as I'm in Jerusalem, I'm going to travel to the Muslim quarter. I'm going to speak to Muslims that live here and own businesses and see what it's like for them living under the state of Israel. Is it fair? Is it balanced? Do they face oppression? Do they face discrimination?
No, no, they won't. But it was a person in an Islamic State. Well, they probably won't be living there because like 0.01%, because they literally will ethnically cleanse all Islamic states of Jews. But obviously, we've got to try and accuse, Israel of genocide and ethnic cleansing in the war that Hamas and Palestinians started. Strange. They literally accuse people of doing what they're doing.
Whether they like it, whether they'd rather live under the Palestinian Authority, whether they feel Israeli or feel Palestinian. Just lots of questions I want to ask from them, the people who actually live here. Can I ask you, what's it like living in Jerusalem? I guess, are you a Muslim?
I'm Muslim, yeah.
What's it like living in Jerusalem as a Muslim?
It's a holy place.
It's a holy place?
Yeah.
It's okay, no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
As a Muslim living in Israel, what's it like?
Good.
It's good.
Yes.
So you as a Muslim, growing up here, we're in the Muslim quarter. Have you faced discrimination, unfair treatment, or?
No, I don't feel nothing.
No.
I feel safe.
No problem here. I have here before 60 years here. My father, grandfather, yeah. So that's no problem with me.
No problem.
Okay, yeah.
Good life.
Good life.
Are you happy here?
Muslims, of course, I'm happy. Even it's hard, I am happy. I'm happy every day I come to my work. I am happy I live here in the old city.
I optionally live here, I work here, I happy here. Thanks God.
Thanks God.
دير بالك.
What do we say? What do we say?
Yeah.
Are they friends?
Yeah.
Are they friends?
Yeah. That's friends.
Are they IDF?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is, yeah.
So Muslim businesses would be friends with the IDF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like Israel or dislike Israel?
Like Israel.
You like Israel?
Yes.
You see,
here, I live here.
You're born here, you live here?
Yes.
In Jerusalem, the people Jewish and Christian and the Muslim, this is same people, no different. We doesn't feel different because we live together.
Are you treated second class? Is there a superior treatment for Jews, Christians, and separate to Muslims?
No.
Do you like Israel or hate Israel?
I don't have a problem.
You don't have a problem?
No.
You like living here?
Yes. I live here. And I want to also live with the people, with anyone.
You live with Christians, Jews, and
no problem.
No
If you respect me, I respect you.
Exactly.
It's okay. It's very good. Just come peace.
Would you rather live here in Jerusalem or in Ramallah under the Palestinian Authority?
It's not care. All people good.
But where would you rather live? Here or in Ramallah?
No, here much better.
Here. So it's better living here under the State of Israel than Ramallah under the Palestinian Authority?
Yes.
Damn right.
Because you have many TV, many news saying wrong, doesn't say the truth. Maybe the mind is becoming inside different thinking. Yeah, I don't know. But about Jerusalem, you have to ask the people live in Jerusalem. The original people live in Jerusalem. Yeah.
See, in the UK, so I'm from England, and many Muslims in the UK hate Israel. They hate it. They want it to be gone. So if you're a Muslim and you're living in Israel, they want the state of Israel demolished, gone.
I think because it's like the situation is so complicated, there's no one like understand, because they don't live here. But if they came and live here, they will understand. You know?
We're back on YouTube, but we need you. We need you to like, subscribe, comment, share. We are the media, but not without your help and your support. Please, we've had years of censorship. We're back in the game. Share our content, like, subscribe. Thank you.
Each time as well, saves me saying it. Tommy says it. Tommy's saying it on my channel. But don't forget to subscribe to me as well. Support the Wiz. It's getting dark. What's going on? But yeah, right. Because what I'm going to be watching some of the Chris Frawl videos that you said. I've got that other one saved that the business just said. So yeah, we'll have a look for future purposes. That'll all be good. That'll all be good. So we'll line them up for some review videos on that. Tomorrow's Friday, so I will be live at 12 o'clock with the update at 12 o'clock tomorrow with regards to what happened today in court with Julia Wandel. Saturday, I'll be live at 12 with regards to then letting you all know what happened on Friday in court with Julia Wandel. And Friday, I'll be going live at 7 p.m. So if you want to come up, say, or debate, or whatever it may be, I'll see what we get, see what we discuss. I'll have to have a look and find something nice and juicy. But yeah, it's all happy days. So not a problem, P. I like doing this every day. Gives me something to do. Keeps me out of trouble. Living the dream. But yeah, but I'll be back tomorrow at 12 and then at 7 p.m. as well, Friday. And don't forget, like I always say on Fridays at 7 p.m, you can come up and have your say, literally speak. You can come and talk to me, discuss whatever it is that I'm on about. So yeah, if you want to have your say, or there's something you want to debate or whatever it is, then come up and have your say. So it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks to Tony, Kings of New York, there's Nikki, Day of the Jackal, Slim, Business Australia, all of you in the chat. That's what I wanted. I was going to put that back up. I always say happy days. It's happy days. But bit of a freezer. Let's get old Doc up on stage tomorrow. King of New York, whatever our subject matter is, if there's something you want to say, come up and say it. You know, you can come up for like, have your say for 5-10 minutes, or you can come up for half an hour, or whatever it is, you know, depending on, just keep discussing whatever's going on and that. I don't know what's going on tomorrow yet. I've got all up for 7 o'clock. There might be a wee little news thing around 4 o'clock. I'm not too sure yet, but 7 o'clock's the one. Come up, have your say. Why not? I did say it the other day. I completely forgot, and I've done the whole stream. I didn't even get anyone up, even Electrodoc. I was like, sorry, geese. Verbal diarrhea, mate. But anyway, but join me at 12 o'clock tomorrow for the Julie Wandel update, and then 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Friday, for a good chit chat. But I'll have to let you know what about yet. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening. Stay safe. Enjoy your din-dins. Have a good sleep. Stay safe. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is words.